just as just as I was hitting the camera to start this reading, the song came into my head rather dramatically. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. A lot of Sly and the Family Stone lately in my head, but what it said to me was just like a celebration. You know, that kind of hits you in your heart. So, yeah, the prompt today, I had two of them, and they're pretty contrary, but wherever you stand, be the soul of that place, which is Rumi. And then, which I sort of get, at least the intention to be, wherever you are, like, make it home. On that deep, don't just put your sweaters away, like, be there in spirit. I guess that's what I'm saying. The other one was, I wrote down the bends. And I don't scuba dive, but I know that if you go deep, you have to come up slowly. Otherwise, you'll get the bends. You'll get bubbles in your blood because the pressure has changed too fast. So, there's a necessity to come up slowly. And sometimes that's like there's a certain element that says you need to come up fast. Something's wrong. You need to get to the surface, and you just have to do it sort of in these increments. And how that fits with wherever you stand, be the soul of that place, I'm not sure. Something about I don't know. Let's see. I can't even think my way through those two metaphors. Spirit, can you help us with these two metaphors? Right away, we'll throw it right over to you guys. Eight of Pentacles. Do the work. In 3D, wherever you stand. I think of Pentacles that way as like, it's where you stand. It's where you invest. It's where you physically are, perhaps. It's where you, the area of your life that you want to dedicate yourself to over time. And you're willing to do the work. And I like this because the work seems to me, in this depiction, to be the artistic work. There's a quill pen and a big stack of things obviously written already, and a candle. And then she's holding a candle too. And on the other side, there are the things that sustain you, like these bowls with various, it looks like food and flowers and one hopes that one's work satisfies both areas. It's enough to live on and then some. And it's a work that sort of feeds your enlightenment, your candle self. And it's cyclical. Feminine energy is also cyclical. It changes over time. Something like that. Okay, next up, we have the Nine of Swords. Well, weirdly, it could be that this what caused strife and stress, you're using somehow as the raw material, or maybe the strife and stress itself becomes the raw material for your life's work. Eight of Pentacles. Somehow the two are melding for me. The life and the work. Unsure why that would cause the Nine of Swords. Expectations maybe, or yeah, not sure. Let's see. Lovers. Also in Sword energy, Gemini. And I think, looking at this now, because I've always sort of puzzled, why is Lovers, which presumably would have to do with deep connection and feelings, a Sword energy? And I think it's the knowledge, wait, I almost had it. It's the knowledge of the deep knowing of this connection. Because these are the twins. And interesting that you have this card of anxiety and stress next to this card of connection and maybe it's sort of like working your way through your anxiety, your fear, your second guessing yourself about this connection, which you know to be true. You know, it's the connection, and it's that Gemini sword energy knowledge of this, of the truth of this. So, okay, on the Eight of Pentacles we have Hermit. Well, that makes sense. This is Earth energy. This is Virgo. It's on Eight of Pentacles. Virgo's element. But Eight of Pentacles is the work that informs, like, both your life work and your life. But this is an energy of stepping back from it to gain an understanding. This is work you have to do alone, apparently. You know, and you're not forever alone. And maybe in the interim, what's connecting you is some form of artistic expression. You're writing, you're you know, I think just under the big umbrella of you're never really separated, because there's something in the work you've chosen to do that's really about, it's an investment in connection. In connection. But you know, these are, I think these are across from each other in the zodiac. So we have earth energy, air energy. The air energy is a bit not problematic, but just there's stress and worry on the air side of it. Thinking about it is like freaks somebody out. And for somebody else, I think the Virgo, it's like grist for the mill, sort of. It's the stuff that you grind in the mill that makes the useful thing. The stuff that feeds you in the representation of these bowls, and that you can then sort of feed other people, perhaps through your artwork. Or it doesn't have to be art, it's when your life becomes the art. When your life becomes the art. And it may be also, to a degree, because I think there are two people involved here. They both have a work and a sort of life purpose, mission that they do apart and somehow together too. And I'm getting from this, because it's right next to the Eight of Pentacles, the card of work, it's kind of like, will this work? This Eight of Pentacles, there's some stress about, will this work? And maybe this connection. Will it work in 3D? Will everybody bring enough to the table to sustain us over time? And somebody's got an enlightenment about this. Maybe both parties are beginning to understand it. Because Virgo's a card of the sage, sort of the deep wisdom. And this is a card of not the deep wisdom, it's sort of like the superficial worries that can drive you crazy. And that's something you can use as the raw material for both your mission and for this connection. Something like that. Anything else? I mean, of course. You know it, okay? Wow. Under Nine of Swords, Ten of Cups. I think we had something about this the other day, like worrying about being happy, being stressed out. Will this work? We have 8, 9, 10 on the right track. I mean, no, okay. We have under Lovers, Justice, the balance, where both of you, I think, have looked into your own sense of what's true. And in looking at each other, remember I said there's in the Gemini, there's like a knowledge of the connection, of the truth of the connection. This is also sword energy. So it's to do with knowledge and balance. The balance of the two things. And this is yin yang. This is sort of the balance that makes a whole. You know, if it's like this, you know, it doesn't really make a whole thing. This is the whole thing. And in my head, it just, this is awful. This is like an ad from my youth. But, oh boy, almond joy. It was that's sort of like this. Oh boy, almond joy. And boy, if there are some, this is the one card of sort of dubious, like doubting yourself, doubting the situation, not being able to get your head around it. Followed by a card of Gemini and Libra, both of which speak to relationship. You know, the two sides of the scales, the two sides being in accord. And as well, being in accord with yourself. You know, she's looking and there's her reflection in the water. And there's something that, like, looking into this person's face. Like, it's something like you're both recognizing each other. And recognizing the connection. And maybe coming into balance. Maybe the anxiety was about I can't really see what the anxiety was about. Maybe this will tell us. Page of Swords. Well, this is a card of learning about something, bridging the gap between this place and that place. Remember I said wherever you are, be the soul of that place? There's something about that here. The need to, Page of Swords is a beginner's mind in the sense of that, looking at things as if for the first time, so that you're not looking at them through the same eyes as you did before. You know, it's the ability to approach situations that you've seen already again and again, and to bring to them as some kind of fresh thing. But it is a little bit precarious. She's crossing over the abyss on a little board, and she's on her tiptoes. It's a bit risky. Maybe what you'll learn in the process of doing this. And you know, you're up in your head about it. But I think you're going to check it out. Somebody is. Learn about, maybe it's like by studying your own anxiety. Maybe that's the work. Take a fresh look at your own anxiety. And there's something about fresh look, you know, there she is looking, this person, this Libra energy, looking at the reflection, and these guys looking into each other's faces. Take a fresh look. Okay, a couple of these. Can you tell us about the Page of Swords, Nine of Swords? The fresh look. Ace of Wands. We're coming back to this message again of like the inner vision, the third eye. And it's Ace. It's the opportunity for the new vision. Seeing with your mind's eye. And maybe one or both of you is learning how to do that. Page of Swords, learning how to do it. Because there's some new beginning based on this visionary. And Hermit is also this sort of visionary. Can you tell us about Hermit, please? Hierophant. This is really a spiritual thing we've got going on here. And I was just looking at Hierophant. In the Rider-Waite deck, it always is a bit problematic for me because it's much more ambiguous. This one to me is a card of ascension. You know, there's this staircase. It's a joyful, you know, it can speak to your higher power or just the desire for a higher level of commitment. It's Taurus energy. It's going on Hermit. So I mean, I think that this retreat was very fruitful in that it kind of, I mean, this one's on top of the mountain. This one's sitting below the stairs. I think it's sort of like, you know, the retreat inwards to get the understanding, and then the coming back into life as a teacher and guide. You're bringing the light back in. You're being, wherever you stand, be the soul of that place. A little bit like that. Very big major arcana energies in here. Gemini, Taurus, Hermit. And those are underneath the Pentacles card. They're doing the work. It's grounded, it's stable. You bring the revelation back. The wisdom. And this on Ten of Cups, the card next to it, is Knight of Cups. Okay. Love offer. You got lovers on the board, right? So I don't think I'm bending this to make it all about thump thump. And I don't know why I sort of back away from that or apologize for it. I think it's sort of the, you're going to meet a tall, dark stranger, you know. And maybe you are, in fact. But, yeah. Okay, let's see justice, please. Yeah. Card of Libra, balance. The two things coming into balance. It's below lovers, and it's lovers. This is going to be a short read. I mean, holy, 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 holy. Good grief, you guys. Again, Gemini, biggie on the Gemini, the twins. And it could even be like, because we have Hierophant and Justice. You know, this might be the person you're going to go to the higher level with. Sometimes this is a card of marriage. And Justice is sort of like the, well, a higher level that's maybe sanctified by it. Okay. Oh, God. I mean, sorry, it's like I can see him before you can, but I just don't believe it. Four of Wands on Eight of Pentacles, doing the work in 3D to get to this place of union and celebration. Somebody's coming in with a love offer, backed up by 10 of Cups. And maybe you've both done the work, because you're meeting, this is sort of the meeting place. Jeez, and then this is what kills me. On Lovers, that Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles on Lover. Four of Wands on Eight of Pentacles. This is sort of like, I mean, I'm hearing where the rubber meets the road, and that's not quite right, but it's like, you know, and I'm getting like a hold to the vision. You know, if you're in a state of anxiety, or somebody is, you know, learn how. Page of Swords. To hold the vision. To hold the vision. You know, cross over that abyss. To do with how you think about stuff. Take a beginner's mind. If that's not beginner's mind, I don't know. Ace of Wands, third eye activation. It's the ace, it's the fresh thing. Page of Swords, the new way of seeing, and the new kind of knowledge. And this is investing, growing it. You know, to the next level, in that same earth energy, Taurus, Seven of Pentacles, grow it to the next level, and then sort of to the next level, and the next level. And absolute joy on this guy's face. You know, in traditional Rider-Waite, there's sort of this serious aspect of like hierarchy. That's not the flavor of that at all. It's grounded but transcendent, something like that. Oh my God. World. We're going to wrap it up with World. Last card in the Major Arcana, of which there are plenty. Lovers, Hierophant, Hermit, Justice, Lovers again, the World. You know, I'm gobsmacked. I'm like, this is sort of like what I just said. You go to the next level and the next level and the next level, and return to this sort of hermit place is part of the ascension. And this is a card also like the next level, stepping through the portal into the new world by virtue of your sort of beginner's mind. And part of that beginner's mind is stepping out of anxiety and into this new place of inner vision. because it leads you, you know, the soul of that place. Just both like a physical thing, Pentacles thing, and and sort of a new state of mind. And both Hierophant and Hermit are cards of their earth energies, so they're about time and investment and the long haul. And so there's both that sort of over time element, but also like the new, the fresh thing, the fresh approach. I feel like I'm muddying the waters the more I talk about it. But all the fixed signs, Taurus, Virgo, Libra, Gemini, it's very balanced between air and earth, which is a lovely balance. Four of Wands, a card of balance. Eight of Pentacles, a card of balance. Eight of Pentacles twice, Lovers twice. This is concluding a cycle, and it's wrap it up time, I think, because it just doesn't get better than this. You guys just don't get scary readings. I don't know. The only thing happening here that's a little bit tricky is that anxiety. And the cure for that is this. Cultivate the light inside. And if you'll notice, this character crossing the abyss, the balloons are light bulbs. It is to do with learning and knowledge. But it's not entirely, it's not in your head is what I'm hearing, but it sort of is in your head, in this fire way. And I said, remember something about, I'm sorry to babble on, but I'm getting a little more as we go. This is a card of, I talked about your life work, your life purpose, your mission, that has to do also with your work as an artist. And this is a bit of that too. You know, it's, because wands are inspirational energy, where you share the vision. Nine of Swords is a card of sort of isolation, and it's learning how, Page of Swords, it's a pathway out of the isolation. Stop, they're saying stop. I'm gonna listen and stop. Thank you for joining me. Do this please if you can, if you're so inclined. And if you haven't subscribed, you might think about doing that too. I'd love to have you. So, until next time, peace out.